Thank you, Senator Cornyn, for putting together this press conference. And as my colleagues have stated, we have seen a real crisis in the United States. And why? It didn't have to happen. On day one of his presidency, Joe Biden rolled into the White House, he got into the Oval, and he dismantled everything that President Trump had in place that kept a lid on these illegal border crossings. So now here we are years later, and it has taken 10 million illegal border crossings for President Biden to step up and acknowledge that there is a crisis at the border. And you know what, folks? It's his own making. He really could have used his authority all along. We all know that. And yet he chose to do absolutely nothing about it. So why is he doing it now? Well, folks, you don't have to be that intelligent to see what's going on. We have an election just a few months away. And this is the #1 issue across the United States. In Iowa, it's gone back and forth between the border and inflation, both caused by President Joe Biden. But right now you ask Iowans, what's the major issue on the horizon? And they will tell you it is our southern border. So Biden halted border wall construction that was underway. Build the border. That's what we saw in the Trump administration. He reinstated catch and release. He's just dumping illegal border crossers into the United States. He has been selling off the materials purchased to build the wall for pennies on the dollar. Pennies on the dollar, taxpayer dollars. And the Democrats have blocked Sarah's law, which is really important to me. Sarah Root was killed by an illegal alien years and years ago. And we have been trying to do something about this, and yet we see Democrats in cahoots with Joe Biden saying, no way, just let these violent illegals go free. And you know what? Again, this is all a stunt. It's a political stunt. You know, there's doublespeak in the White House. We hear it all the time. You know, I'll give you some examples. I have an ironclad commitment to Israel. Oh, but let's support Hamas and the Palestinians in their protests. Let's block weapons from going to Israel. Let's put sanctions on Iran. Oh, but let's not enforce them. Well, here we have it again. Yet once again, another stunt, another stunt. Oh, let's do an executive order on the border. But, you know, let's make it so it really doesn't do a darn thing. It just helps us get through to November. This is such a ridiculous point in time, so much so that over the weekend I had a family gathering, and my mother said, you know, one of our family members that she was talking with, she's a lifelong Democrat. She is a lifelong Democrat, folks. Her husband had to write me a campaign check because she didn't want her name associated with a Republican. That's how Democrat she is. And she told my mother, I'm thinking of voting for President Trump. I will not cast my vote for President Biden. That's how bad things are, folks. People are seeing through it. Iowans are seeing through it. This is just a joke. Let's do something about the border. And you know what? I think we're going to have to wait until January when President Trump comes back into office to actually see something done about it.
Senator Blackburn.